Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. This one about an idea for a trade target for the Browns.
Hey, Dave, Frank from Cleveland. Two things. As far as the quarterback room, the Browns will try to get Fitzpatrick. You know, he's retiring anyway. Fill in for 6-8 games, whatever. He can win some ball games for us. Number two, the wide receiver room. Go with the young guys. See if they develop any. You know, if not, then move on, get a veteran, whatever. Great show, as always, Dave. Love you, man. Bye.
All right, as always, appreciate all the voicemails. Casey, I liked the idea of Fitzpatrick, and then he went and retired on us, but you never know. I mean, if it, again, I preface this with we don't know how long Deshaun Watson is going to be suspended. If he is suspended for an entire season, you might think about that, although the offense is kind of designed for a quarterback in the mold of Deshaun Watson, Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, you brought up Fitzpatrick's name last week when we were talking about the same scenario, and he must be a viewer of the show because he promptly retired after he heard that news. But he's coming off that hip injury. You know, that's a serious injury, and I'm sure weighed heavily on his decision to go ahead and retire. But I don't know if we've seen the last of him because he's got that kind of vibe of a Testaverde or a Steve DeBerg. Like if something happens in week 10, he's feeling okay, you might want to call him up because he go out there and sling a few games for you. The second part, though, the wide receivers, I think there are three groups that the Browns are going to go into camp with exactly who they have. I think the wide receivers, the tight ends, and defensive tackles. They're going to go into camp with who they have. But if nobody emerges, to kind of bolster that room, I think they'll look to add a veteran after roster cuts happen, later in July. So I do like the idea of rolling and seeing what you got first. Let's roll them out there, see what kind of competition you guys can get, and see if someone rises to the occasion and takes that spot. I think that's a good thing to have, especially have a room of really young guys like that.
Yeah, and you've got different skill sets. You think of speed, you got Schwartz, the athleticism. Isaiah Weston's a guy that's intriguing. Donovan Peoples-Jones has shown flashes. David Bell, everybody who's out at OTA says he doesn't drop passes. So you've got options. Like you said, one of them has to kind of separate.